As JP Morgan Chase reveals XRP's approval inside the banking system for payments and verifies that XRP's price is between $7,500 to $10,000 in the next 3 to 4 months. Ripple Labs and the SEC have formally allowed the appeal of the Ripple SEC lawsuit for XRP to be postponed. XRP's market capitalization, meanwhile, is projected to explode overnight past $5 trillion, and Ripple has formally joined SWIFT. This obviously excludes the reality that Amazon has also forecasted payments following Ripple's cooperation and so much more, including even American Express declaring a worldwide partnership with Ripple Labs incorporating XRP and the CTF rewards token, essentially the whole XRP ecosystem for transactions. Welcome to this video now, everyone. We have a lot to discuss regarding XRP, including a significant price pump expected to push XRP's price above $7,500 to $10,000 per XRP in the next. The present price of XRP is $2.07, hence in the next 3-4 months. Before we dive into today's video, we are declaring a 100,000 XRP giveaway. Everyone viewing this video will be able to take part in, apart from every single individual viewing this video, receiving a guaranteed up to $100 free to purchase more XRP with our partner Uphold. Being the most dependable, Uphold is the number 2 largest exchange holding the most XRP. We worked with them to provide everyone who signs up using my link in the description and performs a transaction any amount, 1 penny, $1, $10, up to $100 to purchase even more XRP with it. It's literally free money. It only takes us 5 minutes, and you could turn that $100 to practically over $1 million just by spending 3 minutes of your time registering on an Uphold and performing a transaction, which is any amount. That said, let's get straight into the video for today. Leading with XRP as the focal point of the whole holdings, the U.S. Crypto Reserve has officially been published. Furthermore, U.S. Federal Reserve said they would control more than $68 billion value of their crypto reserve, stressing that most of that $68 billion will be made up of XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, and Cardano. Of course, XRP is leading the pack, but that's not all we have to discuss. Mainly, today's conversation focuses on large companies such as BlackRock and JP Morgan, which have publicly acknowledged they have been dollar-cost averaging and purchasing XRP at these low prices all along, and that they all along knew and were expecting the Ripple EC case would end off and that XRP would explode. What we did not know was that they had been amassing tens of millions of XRP, even millions of XRP. Indeed, JP Morgan by itself owns more than 7.5% of their whole XRP holdings and has only lately declared their acceptance of XRP under their banking system of payments. This follows only 2 months ago. JP Morgan verified they are now accepting XRP as payments. To be precise, here is the post: JP Morgan to accept XRP for retail payments as 4 XRP ETFs file. Essentially, JP Morgan Chase has adopted XRP as payment for retail purchases, including mortgage and credit card payments. This strategic action emphasizes the function of more blockchain technology in changing the payment industry, and it shows the rising acceptance of cryptocurrency in conventional finance. But gentlemen, this is not the first time. When you consider this, they have just declared inclusion into their whole banking system. A former JP Morgan employee also claimed that its action would cost between $7,400 and $10,000 per XRP in 3 months. Guys, this real timetable makes perfect sense. Consider it for 1 second. A few weeks ago, Labs co-founder verified XRP was meant for $10,000 and has to fit the 7.5 billion world population. And what we just got today is that the parties between XTC and Ripple Labs have given permission to delay the appeal. This is required to file a status report within 60 days. To sum it up, you all, essentially the Ripple SC case is finished and the judge gave a definite green light for Ripple Labs. For those institutions, banks, financial institutions, and other worldwide providers are not permitted to really acquire and amass XRP. They have a clear green light to start enabling. And what that has essentially done is it has now officially unlocked trillions of dollars from these massive financial institutions in these massive banking and just general institutional giants. Naturally, this is where the XRP Merc shortfall to propel $5 trillion really plays a role. To finish this all off, we received SWIFT really also revealing their collaboration with Ripple Labs. Once more, a significant announcement releasing daily hundreds of billions, not trillions of dollars to be enabled via the XRP ledger (XRP) and the Ripple Net system. But once more, as we witness more and more alliances just starting to surface, it is happening right in front of our eyes. Following Ripple's alliance, Amazon has just turned down refer payments. And they also, I'll this up for you guys soon, also approved the XRP Ledger's payment mechanism, the crypto trading fund financed by the CTF token. Once more, a vital component we'll discuss soon in this video and a major part of the XRP Ledger ecosystem. It simply shows us that these huge companies are integrating not only XRP but the whole XRP Ledger and the whole XRP Ledger ecosystem. American Express declares a worldwide PM cooperation with Ripple Labs including XRP and once more CTF token for payments. Once more, not only including XRP but also working with Ripple to integrate the whole XRP Ledger ecosystem comprising CTF token for payment incentives and XRP payments. Once more, you may observe exactly here. Thanks. The Europe beneficiary has gotten the payment runs on Ripple. This is an American Express payment system in the UK. I also wish to discuss yet another significant supplier. We discussed Swift, Amazon, American Express, JP Morgan Chase, and many more, including even Wells Fargo. One that is big, in fact the biggest financial institution is BlackRock. Though BlackRock has said publicly, I'll show you all the Ridley clip, its CEO remains silent. BlackRock's covert stockpiling of XRP could explain this. Especially in light of the enormous green light approval we just received for institutions, it is logical. Start purchasing and accumulating to obtain that green light to start really running with XRP. What is not being discussed, however, is the XRP Ledger DeFi system in the DeFi market, which enabled great expansion driven by the top DeFi token and the payments reward token on the XRP Ledger. The highest asset in the XRP Ledger DeFi sector could sell from practically pennies 97 cents to $748.50 per seed dip token. There are just 119 million total coins available. Working with significant corporations like Amazon and Walmart, the CTF token is poised for notable supply constraints. Guys, this is bullish, and if you haven't been doing the study on the XRP Ledger, well, it's being led by the crypto trading fund which has the CTF token. You all can observe the chart consolidating here above the rich blue line. The CTF token is forecasted to really reach high levels of literally hundreds of thousands of dollars all within the next few weeks and months. We have been paying very close attention to this, up 6.66% at 56 cents following the great market collapse. It's one of the few that has really bounced back and is in the green while the whole market is in the red, including XRP. Obviously, this is very optimistic, and it's being driven by a large organization with significant support from Amazon and Walmart. Once more, let's bring up their website, the top DeFi token on the XRP Ledger and the Polygon chain. Once more, it's the first ever blockchain-produced payment works framework, again spearheaded by their partners and their onboarded consumers. Their Walmart Crypt City, once more, huge enormous crypto payment processor and crypto marketplace letting you purchase luxury goods. But you also have, as you all see quite clearly, Amazon, Walmart and Crypt City. You may now look at them. With more than 33,000 members, they are on MEX Global, LBank and Bank Exchange DEX. Even so, they are rather new and have already over $3.98 million. Check it out, folks. Their supply just 120 million tokens. They're quite new, where they've officially just unlocked institutional adoption for their framework on April 3rd, and Amazon and Walmart are onboarded onto their beta version. Once it is released, you are officially tens of billions of dollars entering the Cedar token, which eventually flows into the XRP Ledger as well. That is therefore receiving very close attention from